Hey YouTube, I'm going to show you today how you can download a file from Scribd without having to subscribe or spam their service with a low quality document of your own in order to get access to the document that you want. Okay, to do this you need two tools which will be shown down in the description. You need Scribd, which will allow you to take a screenshot of every single page, and then you need AutoHotkey, which is going to allow you to write a script to automate the taking of the screenshot of every single page. It's possible to do it by hand. It's not very convenient for documents that are greater than like 10 pages. Okay, so here's the document that I want to capture today. This is a physical chemistry textbook by Atkins. No honor among thieves. I'm not going to give Atkins any money for this, and I'm not going to give Scribd any money for downloading this. So the first thing I want to do is set up my frame that I'll be taking the screenshots from. Now, if I only had one monitor, I would go to screen resolution, and I would change this monitor to portrait to fit the whole thing. Since I have more than one monitor, I'm just going to pass it to the homie on the left. And I'm going to go over there. Okay, so now that I have my image on the other side, I use this tool here from Scribd to make it bigger, to fill the entire screen. And now we can set up our region that we want to define for taking a screenshot. So I recommend going up here, pushing in the first number, and that will have Scribd center the page for you. And then you're going to use a tool called Windows Spy, or I think it's called Windows Spy, or it's labeled as AU3 Spy, and it comes with AutoHotkey. And what this tool is letting you do is have an active window and scoot around, and it gives you the mouse position. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is get the mouse position of the spot where you're going to enter in page numbers. Try to get to the very middle of it, because if you're a little bit off, then sometimes it can miss. So highlight the page number pretty much in the dead center as soon as you can get, and then go on into where it says inactive window and take down those two coordinates. So for us here it's 608 and 160. And that's all you'll need for Scribd. So then you can close this and you're out. Now you want to set up your ScreenPresso screenshot. So the tools for ScreenPresso, you'll right-click on it, and you can open up the settings. And here are the settings. So you'll go screenshot first, and you want to change number of files to keep. I think the default's 40. I just set mine to maximum because I didn't want any of mine to be overwritten depending on what I was taking screenshots of. And then under hotkeys, change screenshot region to shift and print screen, and then change screenshot the previous region to just print screen. It's because when you're using AutoHotkey, sending shift commands can have inadvertent consequences if your timing isn't perfect. So just change those and you won't have any issues. Okay. So now you want to set up your screenshot region. So I'm going to push shift and print screen. And I have this neat little tool where I can come up here to the top left, and as you start getting up there, you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, you get like a little box that tells you the exact region. So you bring it on down, and you can use the little box now to like really zero in on the exact coordinates. If you have like a gaming mouse, you can even turn down your sensitivity to make it really close, which I'm not doing. Anyway, that's close enough for me for this video. Okay, so now what I got is I'm taking a screenshot of that region, and here's what that screenshot looks like really quick. So there you go. You can see that it's a screen cap of that page. Close that. So then what we would do is we'd type in the second page, and then you could hit print screen now, and then you'll get a screenshot of the second page. Now, that's all well and good if you're only doing like 2 or 3 pages, but if you're doing a document that has like 150 pages, it's going to get real old real quick. So I wrote a script, and you can write a script now that you have AutoHotkey by going into your Windows context menu, hitting New, and then go to AutoHotkey Script, and then you can name it. And if you double-click on it, it'll just run and do nothing. So what you want to do is when you want to open these without running them, you hit Edit Script, and it'll come up in Notepad or whatever you use for this kind of thing and shows up here. I like to use Notepad. Okay, so close that. I'm going to throw this away because I don't need it. And I'm going to show you the script that I wrote, and then I'm going to explain it to you. Okay, here is my Scribd script, and I will, of course, include a copy of this down in the comment section. I just really quickly would like to explain to you what it does and how it works. Okay, so the first thing is you're assigning a variable called Pagenum, and that's going to be the page number. It can be whatever you want. You can tell it to be whatever you want. The second thing I'm setting is y equals 800, and I'm going to use that to change the sleep timer, which is how long it waits for things. That'll let you customize it if your internet connection's slow or Scribd is laggy or something. You only have to change one time variable instead of every single time that you have y mentioned. So the very first thing I do is I put in sleep 3000, and that gives you 3 seconds, because those are in milliseconds, so it gives you 3 seconds to move the cursor to the active window that you want AutoHotkey to start working on. If you don't have a delay, it will immediately start working, and then you have to fight your own hardware to get over there. The next thing you're going to do is set up your clicks. So this is going to click on that page number area, and mouse click, left click, and then here's where I put in the coordinates that I want. So when I did this before, I did it on my furthest monitor instead of this one. So our numbers were 608 and 160. And I suppose really I could set up a variable for that too, but I didn't, and I'm not gonna. So do that, and then this is the loop down here. So anyway, we'll start up here, keep going. Mouse click, so that'll double click, which will make sure that it selects the entire number if it happened to be more than one digit. And then it'll wait, and then it'll send the page number, which is this variable up here. So it'll send the number 1, and it'll hit enter, and then it'll wait, which you want to do, especially for Scribd, because the page will auto-scroll, so it's moving, and you don't want to snap your picture while it's still moving. And then it's going to send the command to PrintScreen, which is going to take a screenshot of the region that you defined from Screen Presso. Then we enter the loop. The loop you'll want to set with this number, so it says loop 2. That means it's going to take 2 pictures. So you can set this to however many pages are in the document that you want to take pictures of. Again, this is set up from my other one, so I'm going to change this to 608 and 160. Okay, that's good. Sleep. And now this says page number L, and that's just another variable name. I was just reading through the documentation on AutoHotkey, and I don't know why this is how you set up a variable to do this, or why this works, but it does. And everything I tried that I thought made more sense didn't work. So what this is saying is PagenumL, which could be anything. It could be X, Y, Z, whatever, or not Y since it's already defined, but it could be something else. We'll take the page number variable, which in our case is still 1, increment it, which is what these 2 plus signs, and then resave it. So when it hits this command, it takes the number 1, adds 1 to it, and then resaves Pagenum as now 2. And when it goes through the loop, that will let it to save Pagenum as 2, and then 3, and then 4, which is how it's going to cycle through the pages. So right after that, I have it'll send the new value of Pagenum, which has just been redefined by the command above it as 2 instead of 1. So it's going to advance the pages. It'll send enter, and then it's going to send print screen, and then it's going to wait, and then it's going to do it all over again by clicking on that same page. So I'm going to set it up really quick to show you 3 pages. Why not? That's pretty easy. Although you right now have everything you need to do this, minus the tool to stitch it all back together. Okay, so I'm going to save this since I made changes, and now I'm going to run it. So what will happen is it'll give me a minute, click, I have 3 seconds, I click, and now I'm not actually touching the keys. So it goes to 1, it took its screenshot, now it's going to 2, taking its screenshot, it goes to 3, takes its screenshot, goes to 4 to take its screenshot. And now the script's done. It's not doing anything. It's waiting for me. So I'm going to open up Screenpresso, and I'm going to open the containing folder. And these are all my screenshots of various different things. Here's the screenshots that we just took. So here's page 1, here's page 2, page 3, and so on. So what you do then is you would go to those the file, and I will open that up in the other monitor, which we'll go back to since I don't have a need to be in portrait anymore. Okay, here we are back at the original screen. I'm going to open up the Screenpresso file by opening it up. Go here, right-click there, and I'll go Open Containing Folder. I'll go New Folder. And I'm just going to grab the files, drag them over, and put them into this folder. Okay, so here we have the screenshots I just took of that book, and you can use whatever you want from here to stitch them together into a PDF. I had been using Acrobat, and I'll show you why I don't use Acrobat anymore, and then I will make a recommendation. If this is all you wanted to do, then you're free to go. You know everything that you need to know, but you can open up this tool here, and you can just drag and drop all of this into Acrobat, and then you can tell it to combine the files, and you'll get your PDF. Now, you can see right here that it kind of looks like crap compared to the original document. I don't know why this sort of distortion appears around all of the typing, and like it gets blurry and difficult to read. There's really no reason for that. So I'm just going to say no, and I'm going to close it.